What's up guys, Kevin Cage here with another XRP update. We're going to be reviewing the XRP price chart at the end of this video. I hope you stick around and let's dive in. Welcome back to the channel, guys. I hope you've all been well. I know it's been roughly 5 days since my last video, still getting over COVID. I know April, XRP has pumped more than any other month since, April 1st, we were at 58 cents, still holding about $1.30 today. And yeah, it's been unbelievable. I'll get back to the swing of things. I'm still having shortness of breath, still having some coughing attacks here and there. And I'm chugging my, my chaga mushroom tea and all of that, so I'm feeling better. But again, just the post-viral fatigue has really knocked me out. News is happening left and right, so I'm going to dive into this one. I really hope you watch all of this one and pay very close attention, especially if you're new, and we will be going over the price chart at the end of this video. And just to keep some perspective, guys, even just since last week's wick, which perfectly hit the 9 EMA, we can see we're up still about 48% from 87 cents to about $1.30 per XRP. So I'll go over this in depth and detail. We'll take a look at the daily chart, show you a few other interesting things. And remember, if we do in fact come back and back test any of these levels, I will not be selling. I will be merely using this as a dollar cost averaging opportunity yet again. Because imagine all the people that were back here, even during the December crash of 2020, when it was terrifying, there were people that actually literally bought high and sold low. That is not how we operate on this channel. Yet again, if you understand the big picture of what XRP is for the entire internet of value, you're not going to let these little trends scare you out or shake you out. So anyways, let's get into the information. First things first, just to set the kind of tone for this video, when you truly understand that every single transaction will run on and be interoperable with DLT, distributed ledger technology, keep in mind, blockchain technology is just a subset of DLT. It's all about distributed ledgers coming to consensus, coming into agreement on what is valid and what really took place. It's really hard to be bearish on this technology, on the cryptocurrency market long term. And when I say every single transaction, I don't mean every single digital transaction of value, like, Bob and Alice transacting dollars or, euro to yen. I'm talking about every single piece, every transaction, every text message, every email, every phone call, every time you go to the DMV, like this gentleman says right here under cashless society. This means everything. Every single transaction, distributed consensus, guys. So this means everything. Do you understand the stock market? Even the global stock market, $100 trillion. Real estate, where we're looking at roughly $200 trillion. The majority of that is residential, though. Keep that in mind. Tokenized real estate is going to be a lot easier to tokenize in the commercial sector. We have derivatives, so swaps, options, futures, any type of product that derives value from elsewhere. That's anywhere from 700 trillion with a T to 1.2, maybe even higher, quadrillion dollars. Commodities, wheat, gold, you get the gist. Currencies, don't even get me started, 180 plus currencies. DMV registration, medical records, patents, intellectual property, music, every single thing down the list, guys, can be tokenized. So all of it, and this is why he doesn't care, and I agree with him, and I'm just reading it verbatim. This is why I don't care about a dip, I buy it. So just wanted to share that, and I wanted to set the tone for this video. Now, right here, Roth economist, something very interesting, and we're going to go into WorldPay, FIS, and the Ripple relationship with all of this. Notice, FIS is expanding payment processing capabilities in Malaysia, South Africa, one of the BRICS nations, and Nigeria through Ripple partner Flutterwave. Remember, Flutterwave is actually part of the Open Payments Coalition with 100 million users that include Ripple, Unstoppable Domains, Diwala, however you say it, and many other organizations. WorldPay users in the United States and Europe will be able to accept any African payment. Remember, this is about an agnostic approach, accepting any single currency, any type of crypto, any token of value. Not Ripple specific, but could include a payment leg. Absolutely agree with that. Now we can see right here, Flutterwave partners with FIS to process online card payments within South Africa and Nigeria. Remember, Flutterwave is a RippleNet partner today. Now, what's WorldPay's relationship in all of this? Well, let's kind of take it back and dive into something that we've already known about, but if you're brand new, this is absolute gold. Right here. I am Legion, must follow if you are in the XRP community. You can go to his Coil blog right here, coil.com. You can see I am Legion right there. And now he has a blog that is centered around FIS. Now, who is FIS? Well, they're actually part of that clearinghouse organization that we have all these world tech providers a part of that Ripple is included with. So FIS buys WorldPay back in the day in 2019 for $35 billion as payment consolidation heats up. Real-time payments, this is the focus. Now, we can see right here, therefore, since FIS was already partnered with Ripple, surprise, surprise, before acquiring WorldPay for $35 billion, now that WorldPay is partnering with Amazon Pay, it logically seems to be an indirect step of Amazon towards Ripple. Very true. Now, keep in mind that even Apple, and back in the day, called Ripple's creation Interledger Protocol. They called it the Amazon Prime of value for internet value transfer. That is crazy. Okay, now right here, ACI Worldwide, Ripple partner, sends $14 trillion a day. Notice them and WorldPay are working together to drive global acceptance of alternative payment methods. Hub and spoke model does in fact remind me of a multi-currency approach, just like Earthport, another RippleNet partner that was acquired for hundreds of millions of dollars by Visa. Are you seeing the trend here? Right here, Ripple. The immense potential hasn't been lost on the World Wide Web Consortium. Remember, the entire group that governs the internet standard. And remember that essentially the internet came out of MIT. MIT runs a validator on the XRP ledger, deeply ingrained with even Algorand and the Algorand Foundation. And remember that Ripple and Algorand are part of OMFIF, the $37 trillion think tank in all of this, focusing on monetary policy, central bank digital currencies, everything in between. So very powerful stuff. Ripple joined the W3C Web Payments and Interest Group and established the Internet of Value Task Force back in the day as well. So just something to consider. Remember, fitting Ripple blockchain into Flutterwave's core infrastructure for Africa payments. We know that Cardano and many other groups, even XLM, are working in Africa because there's a huge unbanked and underbanked population that resides there. Yes, we can have them on mobile apps, but some don't even have physical bank accounts. Now remember me referencing that with digital wallets. This is the future. Okay, so Ripple, Flutterwave, the relationship, we already know about that. Connecting to Africa. Plug and play, guys, via single APIs or even blockchain-based APIs in the future. Right here. Now we have Crypto Whale sharing this, and you can speculate, but I just wanted to share this because I do tend to agree with this. Now keep in mind, yes, maybe my perspective is a bit biased because I do research crypto every single day, but just keep an open mind with this. So notice, reminder, Binance, one of the biggest exchanges, will perform a scheduled upgrade starting on April 25th, and notice the upgrade will approximately take 4 hours. Yes, these huge exchanges do have to do upgrades. Funny enough, he actually shared this. And notice, every time there is a system upgrade notice, whether it's a couple hours long, however it is, it's usually preceded by some big volatile move in the cryptocurrency market. So notice during this upgrade back on March 11th, we can see a huge pump came right after. We can see another upgrade, dump, another upgrade, dump, another upgrade, dump, upgrade right here, kind of preceded by a pump, give or take. That may be a stretch, but I do agree with the sentiment here. And of course, what happened yesterday, or I should say late last night my time, well, the market did a large bounce. And then you can actually see some of the Bitcoin whales were in fact selling and some were buying it back up. So yet again, this is just how the game is played. Now, right here, JP, he's being very sarcastic. I did want to cover this before getting into the next point. So notice, tips for beginners, and I want you to take everything he says here and apply the opposite. So start, instead of zooming in, zoom out, guys. Look at the macro. If you understand, even since last year, since the bear market of March 2020, the market is still up well over 1,000%. You may not be driven by fear. When you're driven by fear, you're going to try to chase gains and make silly mistakes. Let your emotions guide you. No. Do not panic. Do not FOMO. Sometimes sitting on your hands is the best thing. Sometimes the best way to make money is by doing nothing at all. I know that sounds silly, but imagine if you panic sold your XRP at 20 cents and now we're sitting today at roughly almost a 7x your investment. So sometimes just sitting on your hands is the best option. Notice, always buy green candles, not necessarily. Typically, if you're buying into a green candle when the market is up 20-30%, you're essentially believing that that market will never retest that price again. And I don't know about you, but I'm far from perfect. I have rarely bought the bottom and sold the top every single time. And if you're upset about not being able to buy the exact bottom, don't worry. You're not going to sell the top either. The best thing you can do is try to buy low, dollar cost average, and get all those buys in at a good, healthy price. And later on, you stagger sell your prices out. Come up with your own personalized plan. We are all in different financial situations. Always do your own research. And in terms of doing leverage and margin trading, that is completely up to you. With the right risk and reward ratios, yes, you can be good. But remember, when you're playing with even $1,000 and you could potentially make, turn that into 10K very quickly, it turns into gambling very, very quickly. I've been there, and instead of being driven by, actual data, you're quickly driven by your emotions into panicking and FOMOing, and then you have a loss, and then you want to try to recoup it. You don't want to tell anybody. It just becomes a dangerous game. So please, 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 I do not advocate margin trading, leverage trading by any means. Yes, I've done it in the past, but I do not play with that when we're in the bull run. I think it's a lot easier to just do large, lucrative swing trades by being patient. Patience, 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 the one quality that every successful investor has had. Now, this is on XRParcade.com. Notice we have by Leonidas, a former Ripple employee, reveals 8 Ripple clients. So I'm going to speed through this. Nonetheless, you were seeing Ripple growing and growing and growing. Ripple net trajections of volume year over year growth, guys. We're talking 10x. We can kind of speed through this. Notice BBVA, a huge bank. I mean, one of the biggest in the world, no surprise. I'm shortly joining Ripple after. We can see Uniteller and go through this. Even Crypto Eddie did a great video over this. I don't know how to pronounce this one, but another platform between Chile and in the European Union. Very interesting. See payment approved based out of Austin, Texas. So we know that that is another up and coming fintech capital, at least in the United States, alongside with Miami for good reason. So I'm a fan of Austin. I like Miami as well. Actually was recently there as well. And overall, guys, right here, customer metrics, RippleNet, 300 plus customers, 3x year over year growth for customer growth, not just volume, because we know the transaction volume has absolutely done well beyond that. But something interesting to note is this. Remember, it's not just 300 plus customers, guys. We just showed in previous videos ACI worldwide. We're talking thousands. Finastra has 9,000. They're all integrated with these groups. So instead of thinking so myopically and looking through a straw, we are well over at least 10,000 indirect customers. And what does Swift have? The behemoth today. They have approximately 11,000 institutions. Then we apply Pareto's law, the 80-20 rule. We only need the top 20% of these players. Hello? PNC Bank, guys, was one of the first RippleNet users. They're massive. To me, this is just a waiting game, so I just wanted to point that out. If you want to learn more and read more of these articles and actually see more about, XRP markets, learn about the community, learn about Ripple and the top 100 banks and the relationships, go to XRParcade.com right here. Okay? Now, next up, this is shared by Jamil Kays. I just want to play this quick 30-second clip to really paint a picture of how this game is going to occur. We even have Gary Gensler, the official new SEC chairman, referencing XRP as a bridge currency. This is when it was brand new, so it still had a lot to go and still get developed. But he was talking about it between 2 different countries, between, Tanzania and Japan, or whatever example he used here. And, talking about distributed consensus, finding balance in all of them, adjusting in real time. This is happening, and revolutionizing the world of finance, unfortunately, does not happen overnight. And in this quick 30-second clip, this gentleman right here says yet again that every single bank is exploring or building on blockchain technology today. This should be no surprise. Keep in mind, guys, we have Brad Garlinghouse, CEO of Ripple, literally at the Economic Club of New York, with former presidents in contact with bank governors, even of the Reserve Bank of India, speaking at Swell. You can't make this stuff up, and yet people are still focusing on other assets. They're not looking at the black sheep, the most hated crypto, for good reason, guys. The best place to hide something is right in front of your eyes. So listen to this quick clip.
We have seen almost every bank doing some sort of blockchain activity. So I think activities are going on everywhere, and everyone is clear that the technology is too important to ignore. Now the question, what does success mean, or how do you approach that? From our experience, the best approach is we have seen
And so these gentlemen, so we have Jamil K's, of course, great researcher, as well as real XRP boy, going down just this huge thread of all this information. We even have Gary Gensler, the current SEC chair, going over abridged currency. This is at his old MIT courses. They're hours and hours available on YouTube if you want to check it out. He has some things to say as he critiques not only XRP, he critiques Ethereum. Then he says some good things about both. So keep that in mind. I like having somebody in position of power that at least knows what this stuff is. The closer we get to clarity, the better. All right, this is even Marcus Treacher, no surprise. I mean, this gentleman, board member of Swift, HSBC, one of the biggest banks in the world, also RippleNet, just in very, very powerful places. So keep that in mind, talking about money anywhere, anytime, for anybody. This is financial inclusion, guys. The complete purpose of distributed ledger technology. So just wanted to point that out. Now, right here, guys, this used to be Kia Crypto. His name is Joker, so Crypto Joker 12. Yet again, talking Bitcoin, his personal targets, not financial advice, but I do like to share it because he is a buddy of mine. 76K in May. So he's projecting that Bitcoin can go to 76K in May. What do you think that means for the rest of our alts? This makes me bullish. Whether Bitcoin does in fact come down to the 40, 30K backtest level or goes to 70, 80K, the fibs show 70K, just like everybody has shown. All I'm saying is, per the Bitcoin chart, for a lot of these alts that are well below their levels, they go up, they increase at a higher rate of return. Bitcoin has already done phenomenal exponential returns since March. The alts that I'm in, I'm confident in, and that goes along with XRP. So keep that in mind. Even right here, sharing my sentiment, because people are freaking out when there's any type of 20% pullback. This is another day in crypto. He even goes on to say, there's no need to convince me that the bear market started. If you believe so, sell the top here, go and wait for the 90%, 80% corrections to buy back. I will not be doing that. No, thank you guys. We have plenty of exposure. So it is pretty straightforward. That is, however, I see crypto going much higher. Do what you must. Absolutely, completely agree with that sentiment. And this goes along with XRP going to $2 plus with relative ease. The only thing you have to do is wait, okay? Now, almost done, guys. Then we'll go over the XRP price chart. We have Gold Telegraph, yet again, talking about the source of the PayPal CEO, talking about cryptocurrency in the rise of super apps. Remember, even Visa is part of, or kind of head of, that global crypto council with Brad Garlinghouse, even Danelle Dixon, CEO of Stellar. Right here. You wouldn't have to send out stimulus checks in the mail, just go directly into their digital wallet through a digital currency instantaneous access. No cost and friction, removing friction. We even see, the ISO standards body. We see Swift talking about removing friction from payments. Please, these are Ripple's words since what, 2013, 2014? This is how the game is played. So PayPal CEO just talking about, even universal basic income. I don't know how I feel about that, to be honest, but via central bank digital currencies, I do think this is coming sooner than later. Now, right here, XRP US dollar chart, 1 week on the Bitfinex. So notice we did in fact wick, and let's just go to the daily, take a quick look at this. I'm not going to give any predictions here. I just want to show you what I'm seeing at least. And even when we come right here, we can turn the lights on, and I think I just drew a little channel right here, just perfectly touching on the daily, wicking, and we'll see if we kind of stay in this channel, get one big bounce and shoot up, or are we going to finally break out once and for all? Of course, we have to kind of break through this level to get a little more certain and then finally get back over to, well over $1.60, which would be great. Yes, I wholeheartedly expect that XRP goes much, much higher. And we already have ETH, Monero, many other assets testing all-time highs previously. And so, ETH already creating new all-time highs. And for me, this is bullish on the market. Don't sweat the small stuff. It is all small stuff. Now I'm going to remove this, and let me just draw a quick little fib right here on the daily. Swing high from this level of this wick, swing low to that recent wick, when that wick came all the way down to about, let's say, 85, 86, 87 cents. And notice, high, low. What did we do? We retraced right to the 382. This is the most common retracement level in the Fibonacci. So no surprise, 1618 would be almost $2.65. We'll see if we can break through. Yet again, sometimes they do reject these levels, and they'll come back lower. So what am I saying? I'm not going to be scared by this. I will use this as a buying opportunity. We can do a top-down analysis and go to the 4-hour and kind of monitor things, but it's also in Bitcoin's court. And the reason why I'm so, hesitant with giving specific targets for XRP is during the SEC allegations, it is tricky. The liquidity providers are off board. I just don't want to stray from anything and trying to get anyone to sell here and buy low. My strategy is simple. Dollar cost averaging doesn't require day trading. It doesn't require scalping. It is no stress whatsoever besides waiting. So that's just something that I'm a lot more comfortable sharing, at least with the channel. But overall, guys, XRP looks great. It's just a matter of time. Keep in mind, we're at 58 cents. What, 3-4 weeks ago. So please learn to celebrate, take the wins, and I think that, overall we're going to be moving plus well above $2, even if we do in fact go to that back test of 80 cents. So hopefully you guys enjoyed, and I will catch you in the next video.